over a decade ago, after we had experienced some good wins in Africa in the mining cadastre space, we branched out and we thought we wanted to start to conquer the rest of the world from our base here in Cape Town. And we were fortunate enough 10 years ago to win a project in Papua New Guinea. It's great to have a significant delegation of our friends from Papua New Guinea here today. They're also going to be in town for additional workshopping, so they're not just coming through to present. But I would like to invite Stanley, Louis, and Miriam up to come and present on the implementation in Papua New Guinea. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we are here to speak about Mineral Resource Authority and Mineral Resource Authority of Papua New Guinea, which is a body that regulates the mining and exploration in our country, and also to present to you how we have moved over time and developed the Landfolio Tenement Administration system and how far it has taken us till today. I will be doing the easy part, that is to introduce to you the Landfolio topic and administration. The Mineral Resource Authority is a government entity that is established by law of Parliament. Its main function is to regulate the mineral exploration and mining in Papua New Guinea. We have two legislations that regulate those activities, which is the Mining Act 1992 and Mining Safety Act 1977. In terms of mineral tenements that we have in the country, it's a small country, it's more than 400,000 square kilometers, a little bit more. We have 13 fully permitted and operating mines in our country. In terms of tenement applications, we have 431 applications that are currently undergoing processing. And active tenements, we have 554 that is currently being administered by the system, the Landfolio system. Our aim is to move away from the current legislated paper-based tenements administration system into an electronic mineral tenement administration system. That is the reason why we got engaged with the Landfolio Tenements Administration System. The Mineral Resource Authority has 5 divisions. The 3 divisions of the authority has some functions that are linked to a tenement one way or the other. So we have developed components, try to manage those functions from the different divisions that we have in the authority. For the Regulatory Operations Division, tenement permitting component has been fully developed and fully functional at this stage. Currently working on mine safety and inspectorate component and small-scale mining reporting components. We have the Development Coordination Division. Currently, we are working on the Memorandum of Understanding, which are agreements basically to be managed by the Landfolio system. Under the Managing Director's Office, we have commenced to develop the legal case management system in Landfolio. Now, in terms of the timeline or the history of Landfolio development, we started shopping around for an electronic system, tenement management electronic system 10 years ago. In 2012, we settled for special dimensions of flexi-cadastre system, which is now obviously Landfolio Tenement Administration System. 1 year later, we have the first two components of Mineral Tenements Administration in the library map portal fully developed and functioning. From 2014 to 2021, further upgrades were made. Online portal registration were developed, and a full EITI, which is Transparency International reporting component, was also inbuilt into the system. Development continued into 2022, where we try to incorporate the mines inspection reporting component into the system, and also the alluvial gold, which is artisanal gold from artisanal mining, data capture also into the system. The other component is the legal case management system, which has been introduced. Going forward from 2023 this year and onwards, we plan to develop the dashboard management system. And we also would like to incorporate into the system the Board of Examiners. And we also would like to connect to the system into the accounting system that will track tenement payments and all of that. And we hope that when legislation allows, that we will fully go live and have all our tenements administration fully implemented electronically. That's the introduction. Now we have the one of our inspector of mines who will present the mine inspectorate reporting component to you. Miriam Lawa.
Thank you, Stan. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've been told for the last 10 years we've utilized Landfolio for Mining Act 1992. Basically, that's more to do with permitting and licensing. So just to recap back on what he said, we have two legislations, Mining Act 1992, and anyone paid attention? What was the second legislation? Mining Safety Act 1977. Very similar functions, roles, very similar to Mine Health and Safety, South Africa Mine Health and Safety Inspectorate. Good one. So we basically, our statutory functions were basically conducted and done manually, no system. Now, we were approached that, come on, technology is evolving, you need to do something. So we had one objective. When we came to Trimble, we said, look, we want, this is our business process, can you automate it for us? Just automate it. So in terms of progress, let me give credit where it is due. Thank you. Trimble team has assisted us to fully automate all our business processes. Now, with that automation, how has that helped us with our process? Basically, it enables a seamless interaction between the industry, which can access all information through the online portal. And in terms of having adequate resources to assist us with our functions, we have brought on board the accounts and procurement team. Now let me just give you a brief of what this process is. So the business development process is adapted almost similar to a maintenance management system. In the maintenance management system with preventative maintenance, you basically plan the task. We plan the task, we assign it to a task owner, you notify your client that this is a task for you, you provide adequate resources, and then he has to show you proof that the job was done. After job completion, you verify that the job was done, you sign off, close out, and that's it. So that's a summary of 11 business processes. We've condensed the entire legislation to 11 business processes. Now, let me give you some, elaborate further on what was worked behind the scenes. So to initiate the inspection, Landfolio helps us to schedule it. It tells us that you have quarterly inspections for the year. This is when they're due. Now, we've tried to eliminate the human error where, when it goes to an inspector, he says, I'll do it another day, maybe tomorrow. We've actually pushed the bar up to the chief inspector. We assign this task to chief inspector, so all KPIs report back to the chief inspector. He then assigns to the inspector, telling him that you got an inspection to do, you go. When you do it, how you do it, it's on the system. You have no excuse. This inspector takes that task, he sends out a notice to the industry, to the mining industry. You don't write a Word document, you type it all in Landfolio and it tells you, I'm coming to your mine on this certain date, this will be my inspection, I'll be there for this duration, and that's it. So the mine manager receives that notification through the online portal. He has access to the similar notification on his mobile phone and on his email. So he leaves no room for, oh, I didn't receive any notification. Thank you, Landfolio, he does a perfect job for us. Now, where do we bring structured data? Toby, thank you for that. You saved my life. I didn't have to bring technicalities into this presentation. So now, part of us going to do inspection, we need money. You need allowance for the inspections. You need to get approval that you have to. So that's when structured data comes in. No more memos. You don't write a business request that, look, I'm going to this, manager approve, MD approve, no more. The initiator of the task drafts his travel request in Landfolio. The same costing associated with the budget code is captured in that structured data, passed on, copied onto the next approving authority. That would be the chief inspector. If it exceeds his limit, the same structured data is copied again to the 2IC. There's this guy here, Stan. Stan sees the same information. How much money does it cost for your trip? Did you provide the right figures? If it's beyond Stan's approving limit, it goes to the MD. Same data. He's still seeing the same information from when the inspector requested. Now, with that, that's all the approving authority. But one more thing, finance needs to see the same information. Nothing changes. Finance sees the same information. Once they approve, we're good to go. All right, so that's where structured data comes in. Now, reporting. One key feature to this is our reports can now be imported, both internally, externally. So for external, if you submit in health and safety reports, incident reports, through a spreadsheet, it's sucked in through the portal. I don't need to do manual entry, nothing, no more. It pulls it into, Toby will probably help me with the terms, but it just pulls it into back office. All the back office needs to say is this data has come in. It has come in, you can now close the action. So That's what Landfolio has advanced, has gone with us. It has made life easier for us, and no one has any excuse to say technology is too complicated. Anyway, so basically, this is what the registered managers have access to. We've restricted our portal access to all statutory persons. That's by law. As prescribed by the Mining Safety Act, only people who are able to access this portal is the registered managers. It's not the default membership where you have everybody that has access to this. And way forward, a public of it, 1, 2, 3, fourth one. Isabel, thank you. I need you, and I'll come and see you after this presentation. Thank you so much, Isabel. So for the third component, I'll introduce you guys to Louis Kaole, who's been with this system for the last 10 years. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Thank you, Miriam, Stanley. And good afternoon to everyone. The whole idea about MRA Landfolio system is about we're moving into the integration part of Landfolio now. So basically, for me, we have the Alluvial gold and silver export, which is a subsidiary process to the main tenement administration process. But we see this as important to our to MRA in terms of keeping track of the exports, in terms of keeping track in terms of the levy payments that we receive from the exports, and also for reporting purposes. That's why we see the need to have that process in Landfolio where you can easily manage and also come up with the reports like the dashboard reports, reporting data for the government, and also for different organizations within and abroad Papua New Guinea. So yeah, that's basically what I was saying on the introduction part. Basically having the Alluvial export as subsidiary process into Landfolio for better management and reporting purposes. Okay, so this is just a simple slide on how we capture the Alluvial export into Landfolio. And we call it Landfolio integration because that's where we are now after 10 years. Basically, we capture the information from the application that's submitted to us by the exporters. We capture that information into Landfolio. We do the pre-checks. And then the system automatically calculates the amount of levy fee that we are supposed to collect from that export. And also, when this is triggered, we go into the invoicing part of the levy payments. So the system also gives us the information for us to produce invoice to the exporting company for levy payments. Once we get the levy payments, once we send out the invoice, the exporters then make the levy payments to MRA. And we confirm the payment, then we close off the action. So in a way, we are managing and trying to make sure we keep track of all our gold exports, silver and gold exports, and the levy payment we collect from the exporters, because this is the money that we need to run our institution. The next slide here is also what's being generated from Landfolio for our management report. Basically, it gives you a status of the payments that we receive from all the mineral and explorations in the country, rentals, security, all the payments. So what you have here is a status report of what's outstanding, what has been collected. So previously we didn't have that. We were not able to make proper budgets for our operation budgets for MRA. But when we have that, it really helped us to know that, yep, we are expecting this amount, we are forecasting this amount for the year, and this is going to be our budget. So that's how Landfolio has greatly helped us with our functions back in Mineral Resources Authority. Oh yeah, for the alluvial export, we also have an online portal option where the exporters, instead of them coming into the office, struggling to come and make appointments and all that, we also have the online portal where they can easily submit their export forms online, gets approved by MRA, verified by MRA. We give them the approval, and then they go and do the export. So this is it's convenient for our exporters. They don't really have to struggle. We're making it easier for them to, do the exports and all that because of the isolation within our country. Challenges and way forward. And cadastral influence or Landfolio influence. Basically, Papua New Guinea is a member to the was a member to the PNG EITI in 2014, and through 2014 till now, we are undergoing a validation process to become a fully pledged EITI member. And during that process, Landfolio has been very helpful. Has helped us a lot in terms of reporting, easy extract of information from Landfolio, and for our reporting purposes to EITI and all that. And also, our map portal stands out as a transparent image to the general public, meeting the EITI requirements. And we are proud that we have moved on from there on, and now Landfolio has also greatly helped us in terms of making sure that we meet the EITI requirement to become a fully pledged member. I'll be rushing here. I only have a few minutes or few seconds. The challenges, every system is workable, and there are challenges to every system that we engage in. So basically, our main challenge for the last 10 years was changing the work culture from paper-based to basically electronic digital system. So most people are more used to the paper-based system, and moving towards an electronic system was challenging, but we managed to get through that. The other thing is about training. Training is an important component where we have to undertake in order to, fully drive the system forward. Way forward, basically, like I said earlier on, our main focus is Landfolio integration. We've gone past all the other process, development of Landfolio, everything, and our main way forward now is basically trying to integrate the support systems that relates to the main mining management system to have those integrated process so that we have one centralized system that we can easily produce report from, and we can also easily manage all our process and the main process together. And yep, that's it. Thank you very much. We also we want to thank Spatial Dimensions and Trimble for the last 10 years of service and support. It's been really great. Looking forward to working with you 2023 going forward, and we have a lot of Landfolio integration to do, so we look forward to it. Thank you.
Maria? Do we have any questions? Rajira?
First, I love the presentation. It's very good to see what people are doing. Very good to see what people are doing. I'll speak louder. We see what people are doing in other countries and for us on the other side of the world. And Miriam, I love your enthusiasm. And I have a question. Do you have any tool when you schedule the inspection? Do you have any tool to route to make optimize the routes for the inspection? Like for example, I have to visit all that and that mine. How do you work this?
So with inspections, they basically are preventative approaches. So we have an annual work plan where we sit at the beginning of the year and we assign each inspector to go to current operating mines. So the limitations to our legislation is we're only allowed to go to operating mines. someone's presentation earlier, you've gone through the mining stage. We're at the bottom, the production and operation. So that's where we come in. So that's the limitation to our legislation. Now, which mines? The mines are linked to the current tenement information, and they have respective inspectors who are assigned to each mine. Then we have accompanying inspectors to provide a second eye that we don't miss anything else. So back to your question, we do allocation at the beginning of the year to comply with our budgetary operation plans, and then each inspector is assigned. I hope I answered your question. Thank you.
Any other questions? Miriam, I don't know whether you've met Agnes. She's the Commissioner for Mines for Uganda, and she was asking me before. She was very happy with seeing Chobi talk about inspections, and I know that she was going to ask you a question because that's her interest point going forward. Agnes.
Agnes, apologies. I hope I could answer your question, but I'll have to hand it over to Mr. Louis Kaole to answer that for you.
Okay, thank you. With the legal management system, we have a legal management system in MRA managed by the Managing Director's Office, and it captures any litigation matters relating to mining tenements and also Mineral Resources Authority. But our focus is to focus on the litigation matters that are relating to the mining tenement exploration, the exploration license and applications in MRA. So you have a case that might relate to a particular license. And that's how we see that it is important for us to bring in that process into Landfolio. So when you have a case that relates to a specific license in Landfolio, you know that when you click on the license, you can see that there's a case, pending against that license. If there's, so that's how we see that it's important for us to bring the legal case management system into Landfolio. Hope I answered.
And then can you talk to how you manage production sharing agreements?
Oh, yeah. So in terms of production sharing and all that, basically it's a process that's managed by the other divisions within MRA, the division coordination. So they manage that. But what we also saw was that it is important for us to bring that because they are all related to the licenses. So the mining development contracts, the agreements, and all that. So that's how we manage, we see the importance, and we allowed that to be part of the Landfolio integration to bring all that in. So we have a main system that when you click on it, you have all the information, the inspection part of it, the alluvial export part of it, the legal case management side of it, and also the mining development contract, MOU, and the mining MDC and MOU. So you have everything in one system that you can easily manage and do your duties and all that.
Just one more question. Are you thinking or using for the inspection, using those mobile equipment to go to the inspection and connect the information with Landfolio?
good question. I was trying to leave that out because I didn't want to give you a lot of work, but thank you that you suggested that. That could be a way going forward. We'd actually want to manage our complaint process and that inspection through mobile application. I know that the industry, the health and safety industry has moved in that aspect. It would be also wise for us to move. But current limitations right now, we have not fully utilized our system, so maybe next 2 years. Thank you.
And the very last question.
No, Roger, we're moving on. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you very, very much for the presentation.